Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Cone Dodger here. Welcome back to iRacing in the Skippies series. This week, we're not at Mount Panorama, even though I said that last week. We're at Oran Park, a track that sadly no longer exists. In Australia, it has a figure eight with a literal bridge, like a mini Suzuka. It's a pretty cool track. I enjoy racing it. It's another one that's not very popular amongst the iRacing crowd. It is very difficult to get right. It's one of those tracks where you just gotta squeeze every little bit of time out of the car as you possibly can in order to do well, and that makes it a little risky to run. So I'm thinking there's gonna be quite a few off tracks today of hopefully competitors just driving in too deep in places and running off track. Pretty safe place to race, but there is a big wall down the front stretch that can eat your car. Justin, freaking practiced for 15 minutes and ran a 13.9, which is unbelievable, and I am a little disappointed in that because I practiced for quite a while, and the best I was able to do was a 14.2, which was my best lap yet here, so we'll see what we can do in the race. Alright, lights are up. Let's see what we can do here. I almost held the handbrake as if that was a thing.
Green, green, green. All right, man.
I got away with
Terrible.
the jump again.
You cheater. Alright, they're getting a little frisky. Okay, we checked the brakes. I did not expect the brake check.
Car on your left.
Not where I really want to be. Alright. Well, we didn't lose any positions. A glowing review of my start.
Got one on your right.
Jim to our right.
They left.
We talked about this.
They left.
It sucks. You suck.
All clear, all clear.
Oh, they died. At least it wasn't you.
Yeah, it was close.
I really don't know where the passing opportunities are going to be here. Unfortunately, I didn't run with many other cars in practice because there was really not that many people practicing. So I don't know what the big passing opportunities are going to be.
I led that guy into the wall.
That wall is the one that's going to murder a lot of people.
1 minute, 23.491.
Hopefully not us. Alright, this is a very weird turn one entry. I feel like we should be able to make gains into turn one while these guys are running in a pack. I would hope that's the case. A little too much curb there. Alright, so this whole section here is all momentum. It's all about just pinpoint precision. If you miss a turn-in point a little bit, which I've just done there and taken an off track, you can really lose a lot of time. These front guys are quick though. They're really going to need to scrap a bunch if I'm going to have anything to say about moving forward. And so far they're not really doing that. There they go, a little bit. We're gapping Jim a bit, which is good for us.
1 minute, 14.36.
14.3. That's amongst the best kind of laps I've run here. So it's, you know, like I said, not going to be a matter of us being outright faster than any of these guys in front of me. We're just going to have to hope that they battle it out too much. Or I find some time during the race, which has happened on occasion. Especially these tracks, like I said, not a lot of people practicing. Don't really get to see what other people are doing very much. Watching a track guide does no justice, nobody loose there, to how to actually run a track. Actually following someone is way more useful. Little slidey there. Lost some time. Stay out of the dirt. Stay off of this wall. Those are the two keys.
1 minute 14.
Good pace. I really don't know if I can run a whole lot faster than that. Out on my own. Maybe with a draft. Although that was a very, very nice turn one. Happy with that. The bad news for us is Jem's going to be sitting behind us learning. He had very limited practice. And is obviously quite naturally quick here. Too much dirt. Okay, this is a very strange turn in. That was perfect. That's what I've got to do every lap. It's not easy. Well, we're gonna run wide here. So much for that good lap. This track is quite the little roller coaster. What happened there? We might have caught the wall. Alright, well, it's a battle between me and Jem for top 5. He is significantly quicker than me. We'll just have to see what we can do racecraft-wise.
I love how when you lock the brakes, the smoke just disappears for how windy it is.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I keep seeing little puffs of smoke coming from you, and they just go, boop, we're gone.
They're loose there? I'm actually fighting real bad understeer.
Would you say it's severe?
I don't know if it's severe. Real bad. I didn't do a whole lot of long runs. Overdriving all the turns is the problem. I mean, my optimal's a 13.8 if we can put it all together, but as of right now, I'm not putting it all together. Gotta do better. I was even overdriving turn 1, even though it looked like it was fast. There's no need to push it that hard into there. Hit the curve here. And here. Much better all around. Less focus on the race, more focus on the track. That's what this track requires you to do. Very nice. Lots of inside curb. Perfect. I love tracks like this. Even though I might not be great at them, I do really enjoy driving them. It just feels so unpredictable. Like, hey, 13! My first 13. Unlike a modern or Grand Prix built track. The turns are just very, I don't know, awkward. They don't make a lot of sense. They feel like they change in the middle of the turn, and like there's no camber in a lot of these turns. And I like that.
You can keep overdriving the car.
No thanks. No, you? No, me. I missed a gear change.
Well,
Look what you did to me. Hi, wall.
Yeah, that wall gets close. Don't want to do a drift tap in these.
It was a little spooky in the Mustang. It's real scary in this thing.
4, 5.
Refresh my memory. We didn't actually run that Mustang race, did we?
No. Nobody
It
should
was one
have.
of the ones that didn't fill. I think we both bought the track for that race.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck then that they put it on this schedule.
Yeah. I think it's a perfect track for these cars.
Yeah, I was kind of talking about that. It's like, this is the style of racetrack that I think this car is made for. And I think they need more of this style of racetrack, like a regional, just club racing kind of track. I mean, obviously I'm glad we went to Suzuka, but these cars have no business being at Suzuka.
No. Or Road America.
Silverstone.
1 minute 14.03.
There's so many ways to enter turn 1. Including way too deep, like that car behind me just did. Nice. Car's starting to come around to me. So I think I was way overdriving it early. Trying to keep up with that front back. It wasn't going to happen. All I was doing was making myself even slower. And this is the track that rewards patience. Typically a very patient person. Sometimes race cars ruin your brain. Even virtual ones. Ooh, nice exit. Perfect. Tear off. 13.8. Yeah, nice.
Somebody died in front of us.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to die.
Oh,
Felt that coming.
yeah, I've been going really easy through there.
I don't want to place blame. Although I really do, because, you know, I'm a race car
Yeah.
driver, right? But I was
Clearly
definitely
the
looking
car's
for a dead car.
I was just saying because we picked up a spot.
We did that like 4 laps ago.
What?
Yeah, the guy went into the pits.
He's behind.
No, I was 5th the whole time.
Oh.
Well executed on your part. Well executed, you know.
Yeah.
Mind games.
Pulling out those Rocket League strats into iRacing.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
What a save.
minute 18.676. 10 to go.
I mean, technically I didn't hit the wall.
Don't worry, I've been in turn 1.
You're going the wrong way. Was there an oil spill in turn 1? Man, what a terrible addition that would be to the game.
I'll blame Earl.
Okay. He's a terrible spotter. What is his name, right?
Yeah, but it was Knaus.
What are you doing, guy? What are you doing, guy? So there's a car coming out of the field.
Oh no. I lost all context, not context, awareness through that turn because of where he was.
Oh, hey, good job, man. You're packing. There you go, man. Good job.
And meatball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I tapped the wall.
Yep. I mean, if I cut this at lap 10, it would look like we had a really good race.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. Looks like I lost the footage for the second half. I must be all distracted now. I'm like downshifting in turns I don't downshift for. It's a very no mental breaks kind of track.
Yep.
Now that wall on the outside, on the other hand, that's a break.
1 minute 14.
Also, I have a new left front tire.
Congrats.
Didn't ask for it, but the crew put it on anyway.
Maybe it'll, no, that's not going to do anything for you. I thought I was making a lot of time that turn. Nope. I can't screw around too much here. Casper is not that far behind, and I don't know how friendly he is. Let's try to get back to those 13s. We proved we could do it. Out at our own, too. No draft. Just got all silly-brained. This is actually the only chance I have to race this week, too, so, this one's gonna have to stick. And a 5th place is probably fine and dandy for our points efforts, even if it wasn't an amazing race.
14.627.
If we hadn't both spun in turn 1, I think it would have been a good race between the two of us. I tried to do it again there. Tried its darndest. See, I think the fact that was a green sector shows what I was talking about. There's just so many different ways you can take these turns. If you just looked at it comparatively, it would have looked like that would have been a much slower turn, I think. Then it all equals out by the end. Little offline there, not bad. Actually worked out just fine. Easy. Nice. This is one of those cases where I'm pushing hard just because it's fun. Like, this place is fun to try and push a car around, even if it's not necessary. Gonna be a 6? Yep. Oh, it's still 8.
1 minute.
I guess I lost a bunch of time there at the last sector.
8.
Easy into turn 1. Obviously, it's wanting to be loose into there. And we don't want that. Not one little bit. Down to the curb here. Maybe a bit too much of it. And coast to the curb. Clip that inside, clip the outside. I guess it's also the inside curb. How did I just say the way curb? Curb. That was a bit much. That wasn't a great lap. Let's try to do a little bit better. Still 5 to go. Hey man, it's not impossible. That front group's still running real tight together.
6, 2, 5 to go at the line.
They could all crash. We're offline. We're very offline. That was a very nice recovery. I'm sure it didn't look very dramatic, but it could have been exactly a repeat of what we already did there. Why did it give me a purple for that 14-2? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Back the gas right for this curve. Yeah, that's the mark I've been missing right there. A little bit less aggressive around that turn. Hopefully this one. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Like, this is the turn I'm probably losing the most time to the leaders on.
Currently, I'm trying out for Formula D in the Skip Barber.
Sweet.
1 minute 13.8.
Lowest horsepower Formula D car ever. You gotta run without the front nose coming on there, though.
Yeah. I'll throw a much bigger wing on the back, too.
You did already do the wall tap.
I did.
Okay. Yeah, off track. Oh well. This poor, or my poor safety rating from this series. You gotta run these cars so close to the edge. You're just not gonna get through these races running at a decent pace without a few off tracks. Although 5X isn't really gonna hurt too terribly much. I wouldn't think.
1 minute
13.7, but it wasn't clean.
9.
Not clean at all. See how much time I'm losing into turn 1 now, taking it easy in there. Just trying to get a better launch out to make up for it. Mostly does. That's a very awkward turn to have a throttle on point because you don't see the track out at all. You don't see it till you come up over the crest a bit. Oop, I heard a car on the bridge ahead of us, or above us. Or was it below us? I think it might have been below us. I've lost my place in the world. I really botched that whole section up.
Alright, man. 2 to go.
2 to go. Pretty much all by ourselves here. Although the two behind us have been very slowly and gently catching.
2, 3, 2.
I don't think we're in any worry at this point. I haven't seen any calamity ahead of us, unfortunately. Not that points really matter at this point. Unfortunately, my rival for the season bowed out of the season halfway through, so I'm just kind of rolling through it. Using it to gain the experience. Five, 6 years of iRacing. Pretty much every race I run, I'm still just gaining experience. I don't know if you ever really
See the guy
stop.
behind you head to death?
No,
White flag. 1 more lap.
I wanted it to be the guys ahead of me.
I can cause the death.
I mean,
1 minute
If you want to be the PK Junior of the series. Be better if it was Formula Renault, though.
Ah, yeah.
Pretty good lap shaping up right here. Oh yeah, very nice run. Kinda wish I had more time to run additional races this week. I do think I've really learned a lot about this track and this car in this race. But I'm not disappointed with this. One little near disaster. That pretty much just ended up being an equaling out. Not a great last sector, but we'll still have our fastest lap on the last lap, I think. 13.5. Not too shabby. 5th place. I don't know where Jim ended up.
Great job,
13th.
driver.
Walls are bad. Walls are bad. That was a little less chaotic than I expected. That front group was just so fast.
I know. Axe.
Like, the first 3 laps, I was just pushing it way too hard, trying to keep up with them, because I felt like I would be running with the front pack this week, but it wasn't the case. Alright, well, that will do it for this week in the Skippies series. Just 1 week to go. This time, actually heading to Mount Panorama. Here's our near disaster. Thank you, Gravel Pit. That was a really good recovery. Got it right back on track.
You go with that one.
Nope, that will be it for me this week.
Okay.
Thanks for joining, despite your limited practice and wallitude.
So going back to small tracks for these cars, it would be nice if they went to more, like, small rovals maybe. Like, that's where I could see these running a lot.
Small rovals and, like, Summit was right.
Lime Rock Park.
Lime Rock, kind of. I'm trying to think of if there is any other regional tracks in iRacing. There really isn't.
That's kind of just all big stuff.
Like, I think Roebling Road would be a great addition to the game. I mean, how much could that possibly cost? It's a flat track out in the middle of nowhere. That I'm sure is going to have no licensing fees, if any. It should just be, you know, that's the kind of stuff I think they could add to really add a reason for the lower spec series to exist. And that'll do it for this week. Thank you as always for watching, and we will see you next time here in iRacing.